All right, we're back. Welcome back to the Daily Traders Podcast. This is episode number 12. Cody's back.
Yes, I am.
Jack is still out. Hopefully he'll be back next week. He's feeling better. So let's say a prayer for Jack. He'll be back. Okay. Cody, I'm glad to have you back. Everyone really liked you last time.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was friends, family, the comments. Like everyone's like, we want more Cody. So we brought Cody back.
Well, that's good. This is the second week and the last week you'll ever see me.
No, I definitely I think it would be cool in the new office to do like, well, we're going to have, I mean, should we talk about it? Should we talk about the new podcast studio?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's talk about the new office first.
Yeah, so our new office is going to be a great upgrade from what we have now. Right now, we're in about 800 square feet. The office we're moving into is going to be around 2,000 to 2,500 square feet. I forget the exact number, but basically, you know, it's going to need some remodeling. It's a little outdated.
Yeah.
So
when was that building built?
Oh, dude, I have no idea.
Probably like the 80s.
It looks like it's from the 80s.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so yeah, we're looking at about $35,000 in renovations. And that's not including the podcast studio.
Or like anything in.
Right.
Let's break that down.
That is, okay, so that's just going to be your flooring, lights, paint, and we got to have a wall installed and a wall removed. So out of those four things, $35,000.
And we're paying what for flooring? It's a stupid amount.
About $17,500.
$17,000 for flooring.
Yeah, so hopefully we can stay there for a while to make it worth it.
Yeah. I think we're shooting for a 3-year, but we might get a 5-year lease.
Yeah, we want a 3-year because, you know, again, as a business standpoint, you're signing away another like $100,000 by getting an additional 2 years on your lease. So if you can just get a 3 and then extend it when it's time, I mean, that's ideal on a business standpoint.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to just introduce the Daily Traders. For those of you who don't know who we are the largest trading and investing community on the internet. Combined following of, I say a different number every time. We're up there 4 or 5 million followers across like all of our social media platforms. So we have a big reach, big influence, and we're doing some really big things. Cody obviously works for the Daily Traders. He is our project manager and executive assistant. That is his official title. So when it comes to like the business stuff or projects like the office, doing stuff for me, whatever it is, like there, you have a lot going on, and everyone's balancing different plates, wearing different hats as a startup business or company, which is what we are, and we're growing.
Yeah. The hardest part about my job is balancing high priority tasks with low priority tasks. So how I manage my day is because my list never ends. There's always new things. So I always keep telling Mark, I'm like, hey, listen, I'm like, I can get that done, but you know, something's going to have to be pushed back a little bit. A low priority task and replaced with a high priority task.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's got endless lists of stuff to do. So it's about time management and balance.
Absolutely.
Which we're all doing a good job with.
Yeah. I mean, yesterday I edited 4 masterclass videos.
Yeah.
That was a big day.
I want to talk about this. I had it in my notes. So we just added 4 new videos to the masterclass. So the masterclass is inside the mentorship group. Like right now, if you don't know, we only have one offer. It's the mentorship group. So you get access to this masterclass, which is a series of like 30 plus videos going over my exact trading system. And then inside the mentorship group Discord server, you can see my trades. I post my personal trades live in real time. We're actually going to drop a promo code down below. It'll be in the description if you want to join.
What about right now?
We're dropping the promo. Okay, what's the promo code? Podcast. Use
Podcast 99.
Podcast 99.
To get what? $99 off or 100?
I think it's 100.
That makes no sense. The promo code's podcast 99.
It didn't just dawn on me till right now.
Okay, we're going to change it. Okay. Podcast 99 to get $100 off. First link in the description.
Go us.
Great.
That I want that dollar. No,
we added these 4 new.
Not changing it now.
What did we add? Okay, so we added 3 new setups and then kind of another lesson on, well, my system and what did I talk about? So I talked about my strategy and different parts of my strategy. Without going into too much detail, essentially what I do is I try to identify patterns within charts within the 4-hour time frame, which is where I do all my work. Now, you look at a chart, you want to identify the overall trend, and within the overall trend, there are different patterns. Okay, now based on a series of moving averages, I'm able to find different setups. So patterns trump these setups, or patterns trump moving averages. So sometimes I'll take a trade solely based on the pattern presented within the chart. Okay, and sometimes I'll take a trade based off the pattern and the moving average, or maybe it's the pattern and I'll use the moving averages to manage the trade. So kind of, we expanded, or I expanded upon what I've not only learned as traders, right? We're constantly learning new stuff. We're developing our strategies. The market's changing. And so I've learned a lot this year. And I've come up with new setups that I like to trade. And as you know, the market's down a lot this year. So I have come up with setups that I can trade that are profitable in bear markets. So that's important. You want to be able to make money if the market's going up or down.
Yeah. And being the one who edited them, the second one I really, really liked, but I mean, they were all really good. But by that second video, like it all really started to click, which I think is very important. Like they clearly clicked. Like I was like, wow, that's actually making like a lot of sense now. Like that first strategy works in this instance. And then the second strategy works when it's like the complete opposite of an instance in the chart. If that makes sense.
Yeah. That's good. So yeah, anyway, I'm hoping
3 new strategies, correct? Because I haven't watched the videos yet.
Yeah, so 3 new strategies or setups. And then,
you had told me it was based off of the trading callouts you had done this past year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just added. Okay.
Yeah, I added 3 new strategies, if you will. I guess strategy is a better word, because within the different strategies, you're either finding a setup or you're, trading a certain pattern.
Right.
So along with the mentorship group comes the pre-market, which is also very beneficial. We send out, 3-4 stocks every morning. I send out, I don't know why I keep saying we. I mean, we're all doing this together, but I send out 4 stocks every morning, and then I just I don't want to give the trade to everyone. I want them to put in the work. So I find these setups and I do my best to kind of explain the setup, but then I like everyone to be able to pull up the charts and see if the trade's right for them or not.
Right. Yeah. Because for an example, one of your patterns will be like, hey, look, I'm about to trade. I was about to say the pattern, but I'm going to keep it disclosed for now.
Yeah, this is all secret sauce.
Secret sauce. No, but seriously, you're like, I'm going to be trading this strategy. These are the levels I'm looking at, and this is the potential play here. So it's really nice. You can really apply the strategy that you learned in the masterclass.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, even though I do post my personal trades, I don't want this to ever turn into a callouts group. Obviously, there's no other analysts. It's just myself posting my trades. And I hate the idea of a herd mentality where everyone is just blindly following the leader.
Or a bunch of random people.
Which
that have expert roles.
That's what a callout group facilitates, which is what we're not. The point by showing and letting people, see my trades live in real time, entries, exits, is just to show that I'm profitable. Yes, it's a bonus if you're in the group and you see me enter a trade and you enter and you make money, that's great. But at the end of the day, I want everyone to become an independent and successful trader on their own, because this is a lifelong skill. So providing those stocks, providing the pre-market, providing the masterclass, if you want to put in the work and you have the time, you can learn. Maybe you don't have as much time, then sure, you can just see what I'm buying and selling.
Even today's call out looks very similar to some of those charts in the masterclass videos. The setups. I saw you post a call today. I'm like, oh, that looks like the one in the third video. I don't know if it was the one in the third video.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, that's kind of making sense to me as a beginner.
Good.
Well,
I'm glad to hear.
Yeah. And that's what's very important, is that the call outs are supposed to validate what you're teaching in the course. And they do that.
Yeah, there's correlation between the trades I'm actually taking and what I'm teaching. It's not like, and that's the problem with these call-outs groups. You might join a call-out group and there's, 10 different analysts. They're all posting their call-outs, their trades, however they organize it, whatever. They might just say like they're buying shares or options. You don't know their strategy, right? You never learn their strategy. The problem is everyone's got a different strategy. And at least to my knowledge, there's no call-out group that has, say 10 different traders and then 10 different like classes, like 30 videos breaking down their exact strategy, showing how they're finding these trades.
And you definitely want to avoid style drift as well. There's
another problem. There's 10 different strategies.
Yeah. And you can, it's very important when you're a new trader to try all these strategies because you don't know what you're good at yet, but not with your actual money. Like that's what you want to make a paper trading account for. Mm-hmm. You want to have your paper trading account so you can practice the new strategies like we were saying in the last podcast.
Mm-hmm. I was going to ask you, did you, because I know a lot of people are trading at school, they're trading at work, and they're trying to balance obviously their job, classwork with having a position on. Did you struggle when you started trading and you were, out in the field working with actually being able to?
I have a funny story with that.
Okay, cool. What's the story?
So I'm actually at work. And I'm like an hour away. I was actually another state away from where I was based out of. And I get to work and I was up like $2,000 on crypto. And I'm sitting at work and in the building, there's no service. So I had to be in my van in order to see what it was. And at the time, I was like, shit, like if this peaks, like I need to make sure I can cash out. Mm-hmm. But I was really confident that it was going to go to $5,000, then $10,000, then $20,000.
Oh boy.
Yeah, because I was in multiple ones at the time too. So it was like, I was watching like 3-4 different charts. Like, okay, like when this one hits this level, like I gotta take profit.
Meanwhile, you're trying to work.
Yeah. So luckily, the guy I was working with was really cool, and I started showing him, I'm like, dude, I'm up like $5,000 today. I'm like, I literally can't work. And he goes, don't worry. He goes, there's not much for us to do today. He goes, I'll take care of it. He goes, just sit in your van and trade. He goes, this is fucking crazy. I've never seen anyone make $5,000 while they're working.
No way. Wow.
So yeah, that day I was up like, I think like $10,000.
What a nice boss.
Yeah. Well, like I said, he was really my supervisor. So my actual boss was in the office. I hope he's not watching this.
So I
won't say which job I was working at the time.
Yeah. That's probably not the case though for most people. I think most people will probably get stuck like whatever working, whether they're on shift and can't check their phone. It's definitely a struggle and it's a balance. Is there any tips that you could give the viewers, listeners, to balancing, starting to learn how to trade while they're working?
So one of the jobs I had before that job, I actually worked Wednesday through Saturday, and I was able to trade Mondays and Tuesdays. So work a job where you're able to, trade without it taking away from your job. Because at the end of the day, depending on what job you have, if your boss is around, you're probably going to get fired. I was just fortunate enough where my boss wasn't looking over my shoulder all the time. And many jobs that I had.
There's no hiding your phone and trying to make trades while you're working. It's trying to find time off from work based on your schedule. Maybe get a Monday off or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is tough, especially if you're trying to day trade.
And crypto is very hard as well because with crypto it's 24/7. So there was many nights I was up all night long. I would set my alarm like every 2 hours and wake up, and I didn't get any sleep for work the next day. But I was just so driven. Again, I mentioned that in the last podcast. You got to be driven. You can't be motivated. I was driven because I am not a morning person. I will not wake up early. But if it's for something I'm driven about, I will do it.
Okay, so what motivates you or drives you?
Mm-hmm. What drives me?
Or motivates you?
Sort of like circle back around. Like these jobs I had, like working in like freezing cold weather and just...
Also, wait, sorry, don't want to interrupt you. Completely did. I want to make it apparent that Cody did not work at Starbucks and get fired from Starbucks and go work at McDonald's. He's saying different jobs because that's what you did. It was like kind of contract.
I
work.
was in, I was in the trades. I worked for contractors.
Yeah.
And I did all kinds of things. Sometimes I was inside working, and the other times I was outside in negative 30-degree weather, freezing my ass off.
Yeah.
So it was not fun. I didn't find it fun. I didn't like getting up at the crack ass of dawn to go to work ever.
So the motivation was to, escape that.
The motivation was, it came from that. And then once I started to get good at it, that's when the drive kicked in. That's where I was just like obsessed. Because I was lost. I was just trying to figure out something else that wasn't that working in the trades.
Yeah.
And I was lost. I was trying to figure it out. And I went through hundreds of different things. And eventually, like I said, once I found that thing, it was like, that's when the drive kicks in.
Yeah,
when you're obsessed and you won't stop.
I wanted to touch back on like kind of trying to balance work and learning how to trade. I don't want to discourage people who are listening. We were talking about this a couple days ago, how like there are some traders who only take one trade a month.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's not like you have to day trade and be on your phone or computer all day. You can swing trade. You can take trades that put you in a position where you don't have to look at, your phone, every day or even every week.
Yep.
That's what I do. I swing trade, right? So my whole period is, 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 days, never over 2 weeks. But it gives me the ability, if I want, obviously I'm busy doing other stuff.
Yeah.
But if I was just trading and I had those positions on, I could go out and do whatever else, or I could go work.
Yeah, actually, when I started with you really helped me with that, because I had style drift bad when I was learning, which again happens when you're learning. But depending on what I was doing between crypto and the stock market, I was just all over the place. And I was like, shit, I got to sit down 5 days a week to like learn it. And yeah, you do, but I didn't have to be doing it with my actual money. I could have just paper traded, which would have been more beneficial, in hindsight.
Yeah. I want to ask you, what are some goals you have? I think goals are important for everyone. It could be short. I think it's important to have short-term goals that are maybe out of reach, or just more like aggressive goals, and then have long-term goals. I think it's important to not just when I say set a goal, and when it comes to me setting goals, I set goals that are very far out of reach. And what that does is it doesn't only get me to have that extra drive. It's just like setting a close deadline when it's not going to happen. You set a deadline, do
Right.
something in a couple weeks.
We
you're
were
not
actually
going to get it
talking
done by
about
then.
this
Yeah.
last week, and I was like, it's better to set short deadlines and not meet your deadline than it is to set far out deadlines and not meet your deadline.
Yeah, so it's kind of the same thing with goals. Now, with
Yeah.
goals, you don't want to let goals disappoint you ever.
Right.
If you set a goal that's very, far out of reach, and your goal is to achieve that goal within a couple months,
Yep.
you got to know that if you don't reach that goal, then you're not going to get discouraged. But I think it's important. So what are your short-term and long-term goals?
My short-term and long-term goals. Let's see.
Could be just in life and trading.
Life trading. I don't really know, because like I got so many, so it kind of put me on the spot here. I think I drank too much caffeine before this, I'm not gonna lie.
You're good.
But kind of like a rewind, when I was 20, this was 5 years ago, my goal was my first goal is I was like, I want to be a millionaire, like any 20-year-old wants to be, right? You're like, I want to be a millionaire. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Mark.
Yeah, that was my goal.
And anyway, so I was like, I want to be a millionaire. And then as I got closer to becoming 25, I was like, fuck, dude, I'm like, that goal, I'm not going to reach my goal. And then it kind of turned into, I was like, well, you know what? I'm like, I'll be okay with not being a millionaire, but I want to be financially independent. Like, I don't want to be reliant on one stream of income. Like, I want multiple streams of income. I want to be able to buy what I want when I want and go have fun. I don't want to be struggling anymore. Like, that's really what my goal was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think
and
it's
now
a lot of
it's the
people
same
too.
thing, just on a bigger scale,
Yep.
but it's more realistic. Like, Now I know exactly what I'm going to do to get to my next, like money goal, like to get that first million, to get that second million. Like I know exactly what I need to do and what I have to do. And there's a risk to there. Like I might not make it, but that's my goal. And I have a deadline for that goal.
Yep.
And like right now, personally, I'm giving myself like a 5-year goal. Like I want to make $1 million by the time I'm 30, and I'm probably going to easily hit that goal. But if I don't, I don't, but again, I'm setting that goal sooner than later. I'm not going to be like, oh, I want to be a millionaire by the time I'm 40. No, I want to be a millionaire within the next 5 years. And I already know how I'm going to get there. And a big thing for me is like, you want quantum leaps of income. You don't want, well, you will experience these quantum leaps of income in your life, because when you're working on a project, you put in all this work and you don't get paid for it. And then once you finally launch the product or the service, you get this huge initial sum of money all at once. And it's called a quantum leap of income. And if you can keep that consistent after you get it, then there you go. There's your first quantum leap of income, and then you can work on the next quantum leap of income. And that's why I say it could take me 5 years to hit my next quantum leap of income.
Yep.
I'm probably gonna, make the same, average money that I'm used to making trading over the next 3 to 4 years, and then right before year 5 hits, it's like I could 10x my income.
Yeah.
Just because of the goals and strategies that I have in place.
Nice. I like that quantum leap of income. I've never heard that.
Yeah, exactly. When you go from making 30, 40K a year for 5 years, but in the meantime, from 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night, you're working on your and then when it comes time, you launch your product or your service and you get a quantum leap of income.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
That's motivating. That's inspiring, I feel like. Do we agree?
Yeah, on like a 68-cent, raise, like you'll get it like a supermarket or 9 to 5 job. Like I
can't believe
I think we gotta talk. Have you ever seen r/anti-work on Reddit?
I don't go on Reddit.
You need to read this stuff, because like this just absolute bullshit that people deal with in the job, like workforce, and any job. It could be anything, like HR nightmares, any of that. You can go on there and look for it yourself. Like it's just crazy fun reading all that stuff, and like
entertaining.
It's entertaining.
You
But it's
were
also
saying-
sad. It's also just really sad, though. That's the reality for a lot of people.
Yeah, you were saying raises in the, when you're working for a big company with thousands of people, like you get like a 30-cent raise or something.
Yeah. So for the company that I worked for, basically, your raise depended on your productivity level.
I need water.
You just absolutely interrupted.
I'm trying to do it discreetly.
That was not discreet.
Yes, I'll get you
What
water.
do I do if I need water? Do I just I need like a signal or something?
You could have texted me.
Oh, I could
I
have.
have
I
do
can tell
not
you what though,
disturb
this
on.
new office will have AC because I'm sweating.
Yeah, that makes 2 of us. All right, sorry to interrupt
That's why I
you.
lost my train of thought earlier. I just had like this huge wave of like,
Heat waves coming in here.
It does
oh my wall.
It is hot because we had to close all the windows because it's too loud outside.
You can't have the AC
All right,
going.
can I get some water, please?
Yes.
All right, continue.
Okay, back to what I was saying. So yeah, when you work for a big corporation, your raises depend on your productivity level, how well you're doing. So what they do is they'll be like, yeah, if you do really well and you hit tier 5, you'll make 60 cents. But if you don't do that well and you only hit tier 1 or 2, then you only make like 25, 30 cents.
That's insane. 30 cents within the year, like a 30-cent.
Yeah.
Stop making me wait for it. There's too much pressure. Just throw it. Oh, San Diego's gonna drop it when you
Use the force.
too much suspense.
Oh,
Andrew Tate.
I was right. I called it.
He got banned.
I said a few episodes ago, the internet is just going to find a way to get rid of him. And of course, he's never going to go
All
away.
right, let me run with this. Andrew
No.
Tate got banned from Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, everything. Just gone.
Let me run with this thought real quick. Okay, so Andrew Tate, yes, he got banned on Instagram. But if you remember what he said in his 100 podcasts before that, he goes, I don't give a single if I get banned, because my content's being reposted on all these platforms where I
true.
don't have an account. So the only 2 platforms he had an account on was YouTube and Instagram. So his Instagram's gone, and then on his YouTube, he was channeling everybody over to a website now. So what you do is you can watch his Tate Confidential on YouTube, and then
That's still there?
yeah, but what he did is he like took all his videos down, and then he's like, okay, well now these are all premium videos. So you have to watch the first one, and then if you want to watch the rest of the ones, you got to be subscribed.
Sneaky guy.
Yeah, and he can just do a
Sneaky little
Keem.
guy.
He can just do a Keemstar, which is like somebody owns like Keemstar got banned off YouTube for a variety of reasons forever ago, but he still makes videos, right?
Oh, he's huge on Snapchat.
Yeah. Because somebody else technically owns his channel and runs his channel. He's just the face of the channel.
Oh, sneaky.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I
probably
imagined.
do
And
that.
Tate has 3 stages. He's talked about this. He has 3 stages. First one was taking over everything.
Oh, God.
I think the
You guys are
second
Tate
one.
nerds.
Did he,
I
ever,
think
he
this-
hasn't said what the second and third
I
stages
think
are
the
yet.
second one is just getting banned off everything. And then the third stage.
You think this was
because,
planned?
Because that gives him more press when he gets banned. Have you not seen an article about Tate in the
that's why
last
I brought
week
it up. Yeah,
about getting
I know,
banned?
I have.
And then the third stage is like probably a recovery, like probably like I don't know. Who knows what the third stage is gonna be? But I think we're in the second stage.
I wish I could remember what I thought about the other day, because I'm pretty sure I had figured it out, and I was like, wow, that's genius. But then I like fell asleep and forgot.
You like Tate.
Yeah, I think what
He
he
likes
says
Tate.
is great.
That's not true.
Like
You do.
Oh,
You're,
okay,
okay,
well,
you
yeah,
don't
not
like him.
everything.
You
I
don't
don't
like him.
I respect like the marketing is
hustle.
just crazy. It's just so
it's
good.
not even the
entertaining.
marketing though. Like who he's targeting is great. Like besides all like the crap he talks about women and like how he like says things, what he's trying to do is great. You know, he's targeting 15 to 25-year-olds, and he's telling them to grow up and get a job and get a better job, like basically what we're doing, like trading or something that you're not a slave every day. So like if you actually like listen to his content and like see his intentions behind it, like yeah, he's making a ton of money, but like there's a lot of kids out there who are lost and they need to hear this stuff, and he's really helping them. And like he actually recently donated $2 million. I can't remember what the second thing was for, but the first thing was he donated $2 million to charities, to people who are abusive against women. I don't know why I can't think of the right words right now.
No, you're good. You're good.
Again, too much caffeine.
So I guess under all the nonsense he kind of spits out, I guess he does have a positive message.
And I
a
think
very
like,
positive message, and
Yeah.
he doesn't do drugs like he says,
yeah.
what he promotes is really good. He doesn't like tell anyone to go be rude to women, and he has very, good things to say about women. If you actually listen, he just says that they have a place in society and they're just good or bad at certain things. Like
Yeah.
he's like, oh, I would never get into a car with a woman, but they're amazing at all these other things.
Yeah, that's a controversial
And it's like
stuff that's-
whatever, but at the end of the day, his whole message to all these younger kids is amazing. He's trying to help them not be depressed and like lost anymore. He's trying to help them find their way, which is I think is amazing, because there's no one out there doing that. And if you really think about why he's getting so much traction, that message is why. His message to help all these kids, and they're listening to him and they're like, wow, you're right. I am a loser, a nerd.
And
Like,
his Bugatti.
Yeah.
What color's your Bugatti?
Yeah, right.
Nah, it's
So-
a good point. All right, that's enough on Tate. No more free publicity.
Yeah, no.
No. But again, at the end, to say one more thing. I respect his message.
Okay. Okay. Fair.
Not everything he says, but his message, his overall message.
Yachter jet.
Goal. Yeah.
Yachter jet.
Oh, we didn't ask him this.
No, we didn't. That's what I was saying. Okay. Would you rather, if you had the choice right now, to have either instantly a jet or a yacht?
Definitely a jet.
Right? That's what I've been saying.
Yeah, no, 100% a jet.
Jack said yacht. Brendan said yacht.
No,
Right?
he said jet.
Brandon said jet.
Yeah.
Austin
And-
said yacht.
Yeah.
Austin said yacht.
And I said yacht.
So who's winning?
Let's tally this. Let me get a note here. I was
Okay, so why a jet?
So at the end of the day, I mean, you obviously have to have the cash flow to be able to fly this jet because it still costs you a lot of money.
Yeah. No. Don't think about any of that. Just simply jet or yacht. Why the jet versus the yacht?
I think I'm gonna go back to Tate, even though we're not talking about him. So we're not going to expand. We're not going to expand. But look at him. He has the cash flow to be able to fly anywhere in the world whenever he wants to.
Yeah.
He has multiple residencies in all these different countries. It's nice, you know, to go to Florida whenever you want to. You just hop on your jet, boom, you're there, done. Oh, I want to come back, boom, you're back in the same day. Whereas a yacht is like, okay, cool, you have a yacht, but
it's going to take you 10 days to get somewhere.
Well, not even like travel wise. It's just like, okay, the only thing it's good for is like partying with a bunch of hot models. And then it's like, so what other purpose does it serve than that? And it's like, you can still have a jet and then just go to parties with a bunch of hot models still. So you can have both.
Right?
I have calculated the statistics.
Jet gives you both.
On jet versus yacht. Would you
Let's
like
hear it. Go.
Would you like to guess?
Go. What is it?
We're currently tied 3-3.
Okay. Yeah, I did that math in my head. But yeah.
More models
next?
for me.
Who's next? We don't have a next guest lined up.
No.
All right. Well, someone's going to have to set this.
Well, Jack should be back next week, right?
He's already part of the tally.
Yeah, he's on.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've already asked him. He's in for a yacht.
All right, we're going to go to a short intermission. We'll be back, folks. All right, we're back after a little intermission. I made you stop talking about what you were talking about because it was funny.
We started talking and the cameras weren't rolling.
I'm like, wait, we should just roll kind of freestyle the second half because we don't have any notes. I ran out of podcast notes.
So we're just going to wing it. Anyway.
So you used to be a Disney Channel voice actor.
Oh my God, no.
I'm kidding.
I could have been.
You could have been.
I was just talking to him how like disappointed I was because when I was in like the 8th grade, 9th grade, I could actually sound like most Disney characters. Like I could change my voice and like you couldn't tell a difference. Like it was actually amazing. And then puberty happened and now I just sound like a mumbling dead rat or something.
You had just made this conversation came up because you had just like changed your voice and I'm like, was that Cody?
Oh yeah.
You still have it a bit.
Yeah, I mean, you know what's funny though is when I do it nowadays, I don't know I'm doing it. Like it just was like it just like hits me. And then
it did not sound like you.
I could not replicate it if I tried.
I thought it was a voice effect.
Really?
Yeah, I actually didn't. I literally thought that was a voice effect.
That's funny.
That was impressive.
Maybe if I really trained hard, I could get the voice back. Like I could actually do it.
You could be like one of those announcers, like on like sports announcers. I feel like that would be like you could do that voice, that sports announcer voice.
The sports announcer.
Yeah, you could.
Don't you agree?
Yeah. I want to send stickers to everyone in the mentorship group.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Vinyl stickers
Of our logo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like imagine I have it. I'll throw it up on the screen. Literally, what you're looking at if you're on Spotify. You know, give that to somebody.
It's the logo, the Spotify logo. Yeah.
Yeah, they could just slap it on there. Well, it's on the mouse pad, but I talked about this last week. Yeah, I think we should send one out to everybody.
All right, make stickers. We'll get everyone's addresses. How are we gonna do that?
We'll set out like a Google form. You'll like it'll have your email. It'll have like you'll put in your address. Do you want a sticker? Do you agree to us sending you a sticker? Bam, and
That'd be cool.
We'll pay $300 for stickers.
You know what I've
let's do
always
it.
wanted
I
to
like
do,
it.
but it's kind of oversaturated right now. But I feel like we could do it eventually.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people do like the car giveaways, and they
you were
sell
gonna
their
say
merch. No, well, they sell their merch or they sell like a poster, but it's an entry to like a giveaway. But someone who really does it and excels in it better than like a lot of these other like just scammy companies is Street Speed 717 because I have actually followed that guy for the last like 6 or 7 years.
You brought him up a couple times. I think you talk about him frequently.
No, like when he had 10,000 followers like on YouTube or subscribers on YouTube, I've been following him and I watched him like build his businesses like all the way up, like, and I watched him, when he partnered with InShane Designs and then he like built all his brands. But then I saw all these other companies try to like copy them and it was kind of just like, you could tell they're just copycats. Like
Yeah.
And
No,
some of them
I've
were
entered one of those
scammy.
before. I've bought a like it was like an ugly Christmas sweater. That's what it was to get
Yeah.
entered to win like some car and cash.
Yeah.
We could try doing that.
Street Speed was like really transparent about it. Like he would like actually like in a YouTube video, like pull up his analytics and like go through all the numbers and be like, look guys, like you can tell if these are a scam because I do $400,000 in sales and I'll profit $80,000 with my business partner. And then I'll take home 40 and he'll take home 40.
On a
And it's
giveaway,
like-
on a car giveaway.
Yeah, on a car giveaway, and they're giving away a $100,000 car. But again, they're doing 400 sales in merch in order to get that kind of profit. So it's like if you're looking at a company and they don't have a big audience and they're not doing many sales, you don't think they are, then it's probably bullshit.
Yeah.
But what's really cool is he actually just started another company by himself. It's called like Corvette Sweepstakes, and he limits the amount of entries. So now what he does is it's $200 per entry and you get a poster, but there's 1,000 entries. So your chances are really good because instead of just entering some random person's giveaway, your chances are 1 out of 1,000 versus like 1 out of like 100,000 for like Diesel Dave's giveaway or.
You know what we could do? Oh, that would be fun. We could do like some sort of giveaway or not. It would be like you enter to win a chance to like get flown out, come to the new office, trade with us.
dude.
We've talked about that before.
That would be
That
much
is really
fun.
cool.
We should have at least 1 or 2 of those planned for once everything was all set in the new space.
I think we should. That would be really fun. We could make a YouTube video out of it.
Yeah.
I would be probably the mentorship group.
Yeah, and this is going to be a couple months away. I mean, this is, if you want to do that, I mean, we can definitely make that happen, like 100%. But it's going to be a couple months, you know, like we're going to be fully moved into our new space and we're going to be like, okay, what's next? Let's fly someone out. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And then we'll probably post in the mentorship group and maybe do kind of like a giveaway for it kind of style thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
All right. Okay. We have a audience member watching us today.
My good friend.
Our
He's
media man's friend has a question he'd like to ask us. I have no idea what the question is.
Would you like to come to the mic?
You said you wanted to ask something.
Yeah.
Come to the
Have him
mic.
Come over to the mic.
Come to the mic. I will bring it to
move-
you.
Any
Move the
question.
mic.
Any question.
I want to do a full live audience sometime. Like have like 10 people
Have a
watching.
laugh track and everything.
There you go.
Only 10.
Okay.
How many people can we fit in the podcast studio? The new one.
Oh, true. Oh, I mean, you could do like a live podcast, like, and stream it.
We could do that. All right, go ahead.
If you're making a peanut butter and jelly, does the peanut butter go on the top slice or the bottom slice?
Oh my god! Are
that's-
you kidding me? Wait! Does the peanut butter go on the top slice or the bottom slice?
I already have my mind made up on it.
I have my mind made up. Should I
Okay,
go
so do I.
first?
Yeah.
Peanut butter's on the bottom.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Shut up!
Why?
What?
Why?
Wait, what were you gonna say? Be honest.
I was going to say the top.
What? Everyone's against me.
Because your tongue just cuts straight through the jelly, and then the peanut butter is more sticky, so it lingers for longer. You want to get the jelly
way.
first.
That's hilarious. No, you really thought it through.
You think we could relate this to trading in some way or other?
I don't think so. Can you? I can't.
Let's think about the new strategies we're releasing into the masterclass. I think there's some correlations between having peanut butter on the top and jelly on the bottom, or vice versa.
Tell me. I'd love to hear.
I'm asking you.
I don't know. I just said I don't know.
Okay.
There's no correlation, but hey, that's funny. That's a good question.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank
Thank
you.
you guys for having me.
Yep.
You're welcome.
But yeah, see, imagine if we had like 10, 15, 20 people like all watching. It would be fun. We could have people like come up to the mic or even like come on set.
Yeah, like sit down on an open chair up there.
Yeah, because so the new set, we're going to have, I think Jack and I, it's going to be like a V, kind of a V. And then Jack and I are on one side, and then the guest is on the other side, if we have a guest. Otherwise, Jack and I will both be on one side. Guest is on the other side, or 2 guests, or it would be Jack, I, a guest, and another host. Like, we could all host. We could have 2 co-hosts,
Dude, that'd be wild.
Yeah, you,
That'd
Jack,
be a bit much.
me. But like Impulsive, Logan Paul's podcast, they have like
Oh yeah, that's true.
4 or 5 people
I do like
sometimes.
their setup. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Can we make that?
We can, yeah.
That's what I
I don't see
wanted.
why
That's
not.
what we're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Did you just mute yourself?
Yeah, because
Get back
I
here.
was done talking.
Are we doing
Oh my god.
acoustic foam?
Either foam or you can build your own panels that look better and actually sound better than those. I call them like cheese foams, like they're cut like jaggedly. Those aren't that great unless you get very thick ones, like 2 or 3 inch ones, and then you literally put them everywhere.
Yeah.
But if you build these basically frames, like imagine.
You're trying to imagine this.
No, I'm falling asleep.
No, imagine a
Drink
frame.
more of that.
Imagine a frame that you paint on, a canvas frame. You basically build a canvas frame and you fill it up with towels, and then you cover it with something on the front, like this felt on the front. And it actually, if you space them out evenly on the wall,
Are you listening to
they
this? Because I'm going to forget.
They sound better than those acoustic foams.
Can we do that?
We'll do that. It's way cheaper.
I'll do it if
It
you
actually
want.
looks really good because you put black foam,
the
you put
podcast
a
studio.
black on the front, and it just looks like a black picture frame chilling there. Looks really good.
Can we
fill-
put this sign behind, like the Daily Traders?
wanna get, like, 2 of those.
The Daily Traders.
I feel like
Neon
we
sign.
keep that one, and then we get one that says podcast. So it's like Daily
Insert
Traders
photo
on
here.
Yeah,
if you're on the YouTube.
exactly. Yeah. Sorry for audio listeners. Go watch on YouTube if you want to see this. Our sign on one side, probably the left side, and then podcast, that same sort of thing. Podcast on the right. Maybe like a Spotify logo, like the Logan Paul or somebody has a Spotify glowy thing like that.
You know what we're also going to do? We're going to have, so part of like this new office, we're going to have like a break room / green room. And we're going to have a hair and makeup person come in and do Jack and I's hair and makeup.
Let's talk about.
Because I feel like I come in half the time and I just look so awful. And it's like, this is going to be out there forever. We got to be looking good.
So I'd like to talk about your computer problem because I built Mark a very nice PC.
Switching subjects. That was a terrible transition.
What do you mean?
You gotta see, when you're doing a podcast, you have to find ways to drive the conversations and steer it in different directions. Mm-hmm. Which is today, I've been trying those like hard transitions today. Have you noticed?
No.
I think they're kind of funny, the hard transitions. Let's talk about Tate. That's a hard transition.
Oh yeah, like a hard cut in a video.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, because you and complain about your computer all day long.
Yeah. 'Cause
Most of the time when your mouse is just dying.
because I spent $8,000 on it and it overheats and turns off.
It does overheat, and I think that's probably the case. And the fact that I don't know why it overheats. I don't. I literally followed somebody's PC part picker and built the same computer that this guy had, and yeah,
This guy
it's-
has 3 PCs. Like 1 second he's on his laptop, the next second he's in his home office, the next second he's here. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
because here's the
I have
problem.
the worst laptop though.
You do.
Okay,
He's a
that thing-
$5,000 laptop.
And here's the problem: is that you do need, because you just lose. Mark just loses his temper like way too quick when it comes to his computer.
In
Which
his
is why
defense, his Thinkorswim on his laptop yesterday took over an hour to load.
It's ridiculous.
on like an M1, like a 2020 M1 MacBook Pro.
Something was seriously
That-
wrong because it's not that.
It was just
slow.
it was
had
brand
one
new.
for
I
a
got this
while.
computer like 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks. It was like 4 months ago.
No,
3
yeah.
months ago.
Yeah, 3 months ago. Because
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
No,
I meant to
it's
say
not
months.
that bad, but something seriously went wrong in the internals. Like,
Yeah, that was strange. No, but I think it's tough because like you don't want to splurge and spend $6,000 on like a Mac Pro. That's just gonna, like, Apple's just gonna refresh the next year. Because you got to power 6 screens, which is difficult. Because you need a lot of GPU power. The Mac Studio that you have in the house only does 5 screens. Might be able to do 6 with a workaround.
That's
Maybe.
so annoying.
Yeah. So then what you could do, which I've been advising, is okay, take your iPad, which now I
That's
guess
so annoying.
you could take your iPad, plug it into the 6 screen. It looks like Mac OS because iPads now mirror a Mac OS looking window up there.
That's so much work. I'm not going to do that. And in the new office, I'm going to have like 40 screens.
Oh, geez. Talk about
40?
that.
I haven't
Oh,
talked to
no.
you about this yet.
I'm gonna.
I want to
I'm
do.
gonna hold you to that.
You know the stock, you know the stock market like ticker tape when you look at like Wall Street. You know the tickers are scrolling on like screens like around a room.
I don't know if that room can handle that much power.
In my office, I'm gonna do
The whole
that.
office is gonna like trip. All our computers are gonna turn off. The whole podcast studio is gonna shut
Not the full
down.
office, just in my office. I want to do that.
Yeah, that'd be super cool.
Can we?
Yeah.
Okay.
We gotta hit up that company that makes those.
Not can we? We will do that.
Yes.
We will.
Yes.
Positive reinforcement. There's no can we's. There's no ifs. There's no buts. There's only we're doing it. Okay.
No wins.
I mean, yeah, that should be our motto. It's just we're doing it.
We're doing it. We need a company. What slogan or what was it we were working on?
Mission statement.
Mission statement.
Oh yeah, we do need that. Yeah.
You have one?
No.
Do you have one?
That's on my to-do list.
We're doing it. I have a good one.
Happens.
You stole my line. That was my line.
Happens.
Just got robbed.
Happens.
Wow. Robbed.
Oops.
Yeah, our mission statement should be happens.
Okay.
It's my favorite word.
When-
it just works in every
When
situation.
we build the new pod studio, he's getting a camera.
What do you mean he's getting a camera?
We gotta have 100K on YouTube by then.
Well, he talks all the time, but no one sees him.
to see him.
Yeah.
Do behind the scenes voice people in podcasts have cameras?
Jamie has a camera.
Who's that? I don't know, but I don't listen to
There's a lot of Jamies.
I don't listen
you just
to much
randomly
podcasts.
like pull Jamie out of your ass.
Jamie's from Joe Rogan's. Jamie looks up
I don't
everything
listen to
on
Joe
Google.
Rogan.
All right.
Okay,
You've
okay,
never
okay.
seen a Joe Rogan clip on YouTube?
I've never
Well,
seen
yeah, I
Jamie.
see the clips
I've seen
everywhere.
Joe
I
Rogan.
watched 100 of his podcasts, but like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. I
Yeah,
don't like
fair.
binge watch his 3-hour podcast.
No, see, I've-
1,000
It's
episodes.
like I find the clip and I really like the clip. And like I see a few more of that clip and it's like that one guest. I'm like, oh, I gotta see that whole episode. Like whether I'm going on a flight or whatever, like David Cho, I think is a great example. Comedian, he like hitchhiked all over the world. Watch that, like both of his Joe Rogan episodes. Love
Elon
them.
Musk. Hard cut. We should have Elon Musk on the podcast. He seems to. So he went on the Nelk Boys podcast. Just
Yeah, he's been
recently.
doing a little
Did
bit
you
of
see
press
that?
run.
He's been going around. Yeah, I think we could get him
Nice.
on.
Yeah, you know, out of everybody who's like famous, I think Elon would do it.
That's
Like,
like
can we reach
that's
out?
like that's like an S tier guest. Like
I mean,
what do
definitely
you mean?
for the new pod studio when we're all set
Yeah.
up and
Yeah.
official, you know. But I think he would do it. You know, like he's
If
just
we could get in touch with him,
dude.
and once we're actually established in a very professional setting,
Yeah.
and we're
We
much
need
bigger,
that.
I
We need
definitely
that.
think we could make that happen.
yeah.
yeah,
But we're gonna start. I think I'm trying to get this trader on next week. He's been trading for like 40 years. He's one of the top trading psychology coaches in the world, and we're actually working with him on this new coaching program that we're in the midst of development.
Yep.
So
yeah. I think this new coaching program, without saying too much about it, is going to be a huge step for beginners and just like really like
not just begin.
leveling
I think it's. I mean, we've talked about it before, but there's this big gap between the free information that's on YouTube, the courses that you can buy, and hedge fund traders, prop firm traders. There's nothing in between. So we're taking like literally probably 200 years of experience, 300 years of experience between all these coaches that have worked at prop firms. They manage millions of dollars, hedge funds managing billions of dollars. One of these guys has worked with, he's coached traders, that literally manage hundreds of millions of dollars. So there's no in between like a $500,000 course.
Anybody's mindset doing it. Like
Anyone.
it's targeted for everybody.
It's the information that no one could access unless you're working at a prop firm, hedge fund. And we're using our connection, we're using our audience, the following.
you.
Yeah, I'm using
You're the
me to
connection.
reach
You're
out.
the trader.
Yeah, so I'm reaching out to these guys because I have the following, and we're making this thing happen. Very exciting. Very, very, very exciting.
It's actually been awesome, like just connecting with these guys and talking with them because they're just like they want to help so much. Like
They've made plenty of money. They're not in it for the money. They genuinely like really, really want to help. They're passionate about teaching.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like to really connect with these guys and like see
I've been learning.
they're real people.
I've been learning stuff. Like there's so much that I could still learn. I mean, I have the thing that I do that works for me, but there's so much out there.
Well, yeah, because any trader, develops a strategy, and there's always some other weird, strange strategy or technique that you can learn to better yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Media. Why haven't you started trading yet?
Dude, he's sleeping over there.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking at a Reddit AMA from Flume. Flume is answering questions on Reddit right now. It's very interesting.
Oh, jeez.
I got Mark into record collecting recently.
Yeah, you did.
We went to Newberry Comics, and Mark picked out some pretty good records.
I did.
Completed my Odessa collection, and Mark was like, this was so funny. He was like, this was like a kid in a candy shop. Like, he's like, oh, I know this. He's like pulling out another one. He's like, oh, I really like this one. I'm going to get this.
Yeah.
And I'm over here. I'm like, I could get this, but like, and then I got to the electronics section. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to get these three instead of that, like one special edition. Like,
so
yeah.
Mark,
tell us,
because Mark does not have a lot of hobbies, and I'm trying to like get him into more things, get him into more music.
I make money.
Record collecting is a great
my hobby.
It's a great hobby.
Yeah,
It's not
tell
too
us like
expensive.
what's so cool about record collecting.
I mean, I guess it's less.
He's very new to it,
It's
but-
less of the collecting for me. I think it's just a different way of like.
'Cause you
I
make
love
your own songs.
So my brain.
not your own.
There's
songs,
always
but you.
going up in my brain that like my brain doesn't turn off ever. And listening to music, I listen to music all the time because it like distracts my brain. It's just like a way to relax and calm down. Like I will just put on music to fall asleep, like songs. So it's another form of just listening to music, and I don't know. It's just it's something more like pure and raw and real, and especially like when you can change the tempo, slow it down, speed it up.
He loves the pitch shifter on my record player.
Yeah, and you guys have been recording them, like I was saying.
And it's fun because we were messing
Playing them
around, recording like
Yeah.
digitally, like taking the record play. We were playing it on the record, and then we recorded it on his
You can
computer.
record it in Audacity. Yep.
And then we have these really cool like slowed down versions. I don't know. It's just fun. It's something to do.
Yeah, and it's fun listening to a record like front to back as it was intended. Especially for older ones, not so much newer runs.
Yeah, it's like the
here
old
and there.
school, like getting a CD player and putting it in
Yeah.
your CD player and listening the whole album because
Yeah.
Yeah, like for instance, the other night we're hanging out. I'm putting a new skin on my new laptop. Mark's doing whatever,
Protector, screen protector, skin. No one's gonna know what a skin on your
working. It's
laptop
the
is.
D brand. D brand. People know.
Not
D brand
sponsored.
skins. Nah, sponsored. Off D brand. You suck.
whoa,
Okay.
aggressive.
They're. Have you don't know their marketing at all?
No, let's not talk about D-Brand.
All right, whatever. Anyway, somebody would understand that. I put on Skin by Flume, and like every other song, Mark was just freaking out. He was like, oh my God, I know this song. Oh, this song.
I forgot about all these songs I used to listen to. It
Yeah.
took me back to my days of driving around in my little box Subaru. And
See,
listening
they
to
don't
them.
just listen to music; they blast music, like blowing out their eardrums to the point where like they're just vibing off like their eardrums like exploding.
We don't.
So true.
I mean, like the walls are thick. We don't pay $6,000 a month for nothing. We got to get our use out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on. There's times though I approach the door and I hear bumping from upstairs. I'm like, oh God, it's about to be good.
Now, music's a good. It's not a. It's less of a distraction for me. It's just a way to calm my brain down, and just refocus on something else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So with that, like you gotta give some info away. Like what are your sort of favorite genres, artists?
I mean, I just listen to so much different music. I
Which is
mean,
what
I don't
everyone
listen
says.
to country. No. Sorry, I shouldn't be swearing. I don't like country. I'll listen to everything else. A lot of EDM.
You've been really into
Kinda
Borns
EDM.
recently?
Yeah,
I
stuff
played
like that
the
too.
Borns. I played Dopamine by Borns once. I have that record. Pretty happy to have that because it's like a one-time release, 2015, whatever. Anyway, I put that on once and you're like, oh, this is so good.
Yeah.
And you've just been blasting that the whole rest of the summer.
I love
just
music.
good. I love associating an album like with a period of time in my life. Right now, it's Palaces by Flume. That's just like been my jam this whole summer.
Okay.
I play Get You every morning. It's great.
Okay. Yeah. Cody's
What about you?
Honestly.
Yeah, Cody's just like, Cody
Like,
doesn't
I don't
care.
have records. I just listen to Spotify.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not
I do
cool
too.
like
I
they
do
are.
too. I'm gonna get a record player for the new office.
Yeah, you need like a silver one.
Silver. one.
Like get the same one I have, but in silver.
Okay.
Yep.
Will do.
We're gonna have some
120X.
more angry
Hey,
neighbors.
the sponsor of this this episode. All right, let's.
Oh
ready?
yeah.
Ready?
Who are they?
All right, so this episode is sponsored by none other than, you guys have heard of them before,
No, I don't think I have.
No, I don't know.
thedailytraders.com.
Oh, never heard of them.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, so they were
Yeah.
kind enough to sponsor this episode. We'll put the first link in the description below.
Discount code podcast99 for $100 off.
That makes no,
No, I told you I'm taking that dollar back.
Why? Who came up with that?
I don't know.
I don't know why
Could
you
have been podcast 100. Podcast 100 for $100
You know what?
off.
Let's
I have to
do
say,
podcast
use
101
code
because we're
podcast99.
not greedy here.
Podcast 99 to get $100 off.
No, podcast 101.
What do you mean?
Give a dollar, dig a dollar.
Oh my god. All right, we're coming to
Zoe.
an end here.
Zoe 101.
This, oh my god. Okay, we are ending this episode. Now, this is a good one. This is a fun second half. It's good to have some fun. And we talked about some kind of heavy trading stuff in the first half. And Tate.
Unfortunately.
Oh boy. All right. Thank you guys for listening, watching, and subscribing. We will all be here I hope you will all be here next week to listen to us ramble on more.
Yes, I will see you guys on another podcast. Hopefully, when I'm not filling in for someone who gets hurt.
Cody will be back. Eventually, Jack will be back next week, hopefully. All right. Thank you
Later.
guys. See you in the next one.
Bye.